Out here indeed. Residents in Alexandra affected by a fire that burned down around 200 homes on Friday were housed in temporary shelters last night due to the rain. The fire allegedly started after power was restored in the area, which caused the grid to overload. Now, to give us an update on the situation, Joburg EMS spokesperson Nana Khadebe joins us now. Nana, good morning to you and thank you so much for your time. What's the latest you can tell us regarding this fire out in Alexandra?
Late last night, we had finished with extinguishing the fire, and disaster management had already started to register people that have been displaced. We have 77 households with over 150 individuals and 14 children that are below the ages of 2. At the moment, a whole lot of them yesterday resorted to staying with friends and families, and others were very worried about leaving their belongings. But others stayed at the shelter, the temporary shelter that was organized. They've received blankets and food for now.
What are the details surrounding the cause of this fire, do you know?
Fire was started by an electrical appliance. Where it started, and they had given information that as soon as the power came back, the fire started. It looked like there was a stove that was there, but if we look at it very well, it's a factory area that is now turned into a residential area. So there's a whole lot of cabling as well that goes through the building.
Yeah. You mentioned, the homes, the households, the families, individuals affected by this fire, Nana. Any reported injuries so far?
Fortunately, everyone was accounted for yesterday. We had said that they need to do a head count and account for everyone. Unfortunately, there were no injuries or fatalities reported.
Yeah. What's the advice, particularly because, this time it's quite a winter season that we're in. It's very cold, also very rainy. Even though I understand that, it wasn't, from the reports you're giving us, it seems like it wasn't a human error in terms of someone, turning on a heater and leaving it on there for a while and then causing this fire. But just to take caution at this time, what's your advice to households in terms of ensuring they do prevent any fires in future?
At this time, the most important thing is that when there's no electricity, we'd usually use candles. And we forever teach people that when you use a candle, they'd usually put it on a saucer. But we'd say that use an old a mayonnaise bottle, put some soil inside and half of the candle. And when anything can happen, if it spills or it tilts, the soil will be able to extinguish it. And as well, let us not leave our heaters on and trying to make the place warm. And in Baula at Razor as well, can we not take it inside because the smoke, the toxins that comes with it are very dangerous.
Absolutely. We also, informed our viewers about temporary shelters that were made available just last night for those who needed them. Can you tell us more about these shelters and how long, those who made use of them? That's if you didn't go to your neighbors or your family for refuge, but these are just temporary shelters, public shelters. For how long would they be, made available for, and for how many people are they housing at this point?
By late last night, we had under 20 people, just a few of the people that came through. Most of them were worried about their belongings and they stayed outside to say that they can't leave them there. As soon as everything is done, they would want to take them back inside. The shelter will be there depending on what agreement we have, but it can be anything from 72 hours to a week, and depending on how long that person would be able as well to get back to where they were staying. But it's not a permanent shelter, it's temporary.
All right, we'll leave it there and I appreciate you updating us. Joburg EMS spokesperson Nana Khadebe, thank you for your time this morning.